Alright, last we left off, we had just gotten our second rune. We have the Barnacled rune from Shoals and the Gussamer rune from Spider. And the next typical route is to go do vaults. So, pretty straightforward. So currently we have no, the most obvious thing is that we have no shapeshifting form online. And we only have like a couple of artifact rings. This is a pretty solid one. 3 resistances, strength doesn't really matter. And we got this one, which is just a resist plus an evasion ring, and I guess a fly ring, which is nifty. Other than that, I'm just stacking a bunch of AC, which is pretty typical for Octopode. If you can find AC rings, you equip them. This is my willpower. I am going into a vault, so I do want at least 3 pips willpower, which I do have, so we're good there. 2 from items, 1 from naturally leveling up. Don't want to get marked constantly, basically. Any other things? So I have Bombarder online, I've got Servitor online. I took LRD just as a quick way to deal with guys in vaults. Very effective in vaults because of metal walls. This spell does more damage based on the type of wall material. Crystal and metal do more damage than rock and stone. And vaults is filled with metal and some crystal. This is like this guy is like my mid-game all-star. This guy can kind of just this plus Freezing Cloud can more or less carry me through the mid-game for the most part. Anything that's like resistant to the Freezing Cloud is not going to be resistant to being blasted with Bombard. And OTR is still pretty good in vaults. Other than that, the only thing I'm really working towards, I imagine, do I have any big spells? Yeah, I do have Polar Vortex in my library, which I do need to eventually get online because we're going 15 runes, so we're going to need those late game spells. So I'm learning some spellcasting to get the spell points, and some ice magic is like my core thing I'm learning, and a little bit of fighting it looks like just to get hit points. Because what else am I doing? And I got my shapeshifting already up to 12, so like I'm kind of close if I find a stone talisman or a granite talisman to change forms. Alright, so we enter, and we immediately find there's a branch, a funeral branch, necropolis. Alright, so I gotta get back in the vibe here of using my spells. So we're gonna open with Servitor. We want to kill this guy right here as fast as possible because he can summon more enemies. I'm gonna summon another Freezing Cloud on that guy. Just gonna fill up the entire corridor with Freezing Clouds. I do have a mana regen amulet, correct? That's what I have equipped. It's probably the ideal item there. This guy's got a big shield, so I'm going to go hit OTR, because all these guys are poison vulnerable. And then we're going to start shooting this guy with stone arrows. Alright, this guy's about to die anyhow, so we're going to start shooting this thing. Oop, another yak. Okay. So I'm at 76 hit points. This guy can do 20 to me. This guy can do 5d14 if he hits me to the wall, and I am next to a wall. That's probably lethal if I take all the... I mean, I've got 20 AC, so it's not like likely to be lethal. But there's no reason for me not to go up. Drop my Servitor again. Freezing Cloud this guy. Freezing Cloud this guy. I need to kill this guy first because he gives this guy missile resistance, or an evasion boost against missile effects, and my Bombard, both from me and my Servitor and my Stone Arrow, are both missile effects. Alright. Oop. Another guy. So he can get OTR'd. One more Frost Cloud. Alright, good. Collect all this money. Let's try to find that necropolis. Very distant from it. Okay, so what kind of orb are you? Stardust. Stardust is interesting. I do open up on a bunch of spells, but I think I'm gonna keep my defensive one here. So F is my Frost Cloud. G. So J is my guy. No, J is LRD. So it's I. Okay, very nearby, so probably in this room. Yep. Alright, let's see if there's anything cool here. Mostly I'm looking for rings and maybe a good artifact amulet. So Control F period to look at the entire floor. There's a condenser vein, I'd probably like that, and a artifact hat. That's definitely worth checking out if I can get it without dying. Artifact Medusa Talisman. Medusa Talismans take away your helmet, so I would be sacrificing my cloak, but it would give me resist poison, which I have been missing. And the artifact, who knows what's on it. So where's the Medusa Talisman? Okay, over there. So I could probably get that one first. This is just a guy. I assume I can beat this guy with my... How strong is he? 183 hit points, resistant to basically everything. Coglin Hunter. So he's got a heavy weapon. He's got Ignite Poison, which doesn't matter because he can't really poison me. He hits very hard. I can probably just kill him. He's got a shield, but it's not like a shield of reflection. %3 to effect with this, not very likely. This guy is kind of dangerous. I'm gonna Brilliance here. I'm gonna Potion Petition here. Try to get Brilliance out of that. I don't... Yeah, I get Brilliance, Might, and Magic. That's ideal here. Get my MP back. Drop a Lightning Spire, because this guy isn't... Oh, he is resist electricity. Well, damage is damage. Try to kill him with Bombards here. Bombard also has the potential side effects of knocking me backwards, which is actually good. Alright, killed him. I just blast him with enough nukes and he dies. -5 MP is actually pretty rough, but it is resist poison. And I do have mana regen. And Blink is nice too. I'm not complaining about having Blink. I lose my helmet, so I lose a whip of willpower. I probably don't need poison resist in vaults very much, so I can kind of go without it. Shame about -5 MP. If it just didn't have that, I'd probably equip it, but... Alright, so there's a bunch of electric enemies. I do have resist electricity on my amulet if I want it. This is kind of dangerous. I have a teleport scroll I can drop, though, so I'm going to open this door and then teleport. Or teleport first. Dissipator is my daddy. Funny name. So teleport, open, back up, get away. Alright, so they're down here. So my servitor. Let him kill that. Gonna blast this guy with LRD because it doesn't really miss. That does make noise though. Ooh, this is a good LRD. Alright, let my servitor kill these guys now. Hang on, there's the danger. Gonna back up, let him bombard these guys. Oh no, I need a bombard. Oh, servitor died. Okay, so let's petition. Get some brilliance here. Drop my servitor again. Mesmerism procs, back up. Let him hit. And bombard this fella until he dies. Or I'll just miss every time. Cool. Alright. We got him. Conjuration staff not really relevant for me. Well, maybe I'll take it out of here at least. Obviously not wearing that talisman. This is another one. There's a lot of traps here. I do want that hat, so I'm gonna go ahead and burn another Telly Scroll. I got plenty, so cool. Alright, so now they're all awake and they're leaving that zone from all those traps. I can just summon my servitor and then blast these guys. Take them back up. Get these guys covered in ice. And we're going to back up, get my mana back. I think there's more enemies still. I'll go ahead and re-equip my... Oop. So these guys summon a bunch of guys, but they have low hit points and they're susceptible to poison, so you just OTR and they die. Let's get my mana regen back. I don't need the electricity resist currently. How tough are you, and what can you do? You have Polar Vortex. You have Polar Vortex. I should have looked at that. I need to run away. How the fuck do you have Polar Vortex? What the shit? And you get in a corridor, so Polar Vortex is weakened. That's good, Darth. I just woke up a very dangerous enemy. Do you have Dispel Undead? No. Yeah. Alright, cool. Good use of Summoning Scroll. That guy is dangerous. Now I got these summons up. Gonna move here. Let them kill this guy. That should be most everyone dead. Alright, cool. Now I get my artifact hat, which has a bunch of cool stuff on it. Slay 6, See Invisible, Stealth. I might equip that later once if I get some more willpower. Currently I want to stick with the willpower ring, or the willpower hat, especially while we're in vaults, but not a bad necropolis, all things considered. Anything I'm missing? Nope. Alright. Good to see you, Derek. Alright. Then we're gone. Let's focus on getting fighting up to 15. While we're here. Alright, ooh, Hellfire Mortar. I want that now. So that's actually the spell I want to get on next. So I'm eventually going to get Ice Magic going, but we can actually stop everything here and just get Hellfire Mortar going. So that's Earth, Forgecraft, and Fire, all of which I'm already pretty good at. So get Fire up to 15, Forgecraft up to 15, Earth up to 15. We're going to focus on Forgecraft because that'll make my Servitor better, which I'm actively using. And I do need some spellcasting, but I can probably just Amnesia, like OTR or something, and get Hellfire Mortar online. It's already at 17%. I should probably just learn it right now. Go ahead and lose Inner Flame. I think I'm done with that. Then I just need 2 more spell levels, so we'll get spellcasting up to 12.5. So actually do that first, and then learn it, and then we'll train these other things. I could get rid of Scorch too, actually. That'd save me a lot of XP. I haven't used Scorch in a long time. Alright, so Hellfire Mortar. I think I used this on my previous spellcaster run. It's just an amazing spell. We're gonna learn Forgecraft, max that out. Fire, Earth, get all those up at roughly the same rate. Alright, can I equip a shield? Hellfire Mortar is 17%. If I equip a buckler... I'll add 13% to Hellfire Mortar, and that's not worth it. I'd have to trade so much. Alright, let's get my Servitor out. Can I kill this guy before he summons? Cool, we got it there. You also hide your Servitor from guys who shoot at you, so that's nice. Irradiate, I need to learn that immediately. That's a great spell. Go ahead and get these teleport scrolls too. Get these out. I got everything identified, so I don't need identify scrolls. Alright, so let's go ahead and immediately learn Irradiate. What's up, Big Lou? So what can I trade for Irradiate? I'm using all my current spells, so I think I just need spell levels. I get rid of Foxfire, so that'll save me 1 level of spellcasting. So if I do that, I've only got 0, so this will save me 1, so I need 4 more levels, which will be 13.5. The pains of being a spellcaster, you know, all this spell stuff. Because I need Bombard for Servitor. I could maybe lose... I don't think I want to lose Stone Arrow, so yeah, it's just Foxfire and then learn that. Losing Foxfire alone is rough, but we'll get there eventually. Honestly, I'd probably drop Forged Lightning Spire. I really want LRD because I might run into a Crystal Golem, at least while I'm in here. I could drop OTR. Then I'm just relying on, like, Servitor, and yeah, that doesn't seem realistic until I get Hellfire Mortar up. Ooh, there's some more guys. I'm going to retreat a little bit, get my mana back. This would be a great place for a Radiate. I have not found the talisman I want, right? No Granite Talisman? Nope, okay. Draugrs are made of bone, so you can just blast them. This is another reason to get LRD. It's really good against undead. At least these kinds of undead, the non-ethereal type. Cool. And basically, Spellstrike Sorcerer basically says cast Bombard like 10 times. It's very, very mana efficient. Ooh, they got my... That is not a good place for you, Servitor. Ooh. Gozag's Stun being very good there, keeping guys locked into the Freezing Cloud. I feel like a good artifact main hand weapon. Oh, that Glaive of Guard is really, really interesting. Didn't I train a little polearms? No, that was a previous game. Okay. That's like a legitimate item to like get online because it's got 2 brands. Very powerful. That guy's a gun. Just freaking unloaded a heavy gun on me. Blasted my ass. Because my alchemy is going to be so high. Eh, well, not going to worry about it. Like, I could train some staves so I could punch things a little better, but probably only worry about that once I get the granite form up. Ooh, okay. Serpent form. That gives me AC. That gives me plus 10 AC. That's almost certainly worth it. It also gives me resist poison. But I lose my staff, so it's kind of like a wash. But I get another hat, which means I can get more int. I lose my offhand, which is fine. Don't really care about that. Also makes me better at unarmed combat. Yeah, that's definitely what I want. So let's kill this guy as fast as possible. So let's get this. Pick this. Ooh, it's also got plus. Ooh, it's an artifact too. Holy crap! They even noticed the artifact is plus 12 MP, 3 strength, 4 intelligence. That's an amazing serpent talisman. Okay, this is kind of why I trained my stuff up to 12. So now I can equip this. Now my AC is 29. It does make me bigger, so my evasion sucks. But I can also equip this and just get a strength bonus. But frankly, the plus 4 int alone is insane. I could actually take off an AC ring and equip a resist ring if I wanted to at this point. Alright, so the cool thing about Serpent form is it gives you resist poison, it turns you into like a snake form that loses all these equipment pieces, which includes my hat and my weapons and my offhand. But, or not my hat, but just my weapons and my offhand. But I get 2 hats. It lets you equip 2 hats, because that's just how it works. You turn into a 2-headed serpent, a legendary 2-headed serpent. So now I can equip this and get C invisibility up, and plus 6 slang is not bad. Equip this and just get intelligence though. Seems worth it. Just get int. Gets my cells online faster. Hellfire Mortar is almost castable now with that int. Very nice. I've actually got so much AC I can even like kind of sacrifice a little AC for a little more int. Now Hellfire Mortar is basically castable. Put that on the right hotkey. Yeah, I'm a veritable machine at this point, just on damage. Hellfire Mortar is just so powerful. You just do this. And when you have fly, you can kind of just follow it over the lava and use that as like a positioning tool. It's a little weak in like these little quarter situations sometimes, but I'm not threatening it. Oh, miscast. Even at 6%, that'll happen sometimes. Do I have any resist electricity that isn't just this amulet? Yeah, I have a ring. It's oh, that's almost certainly worth it now, right? 9 MP, 2 resists, and some slay. Yeah, I gotta keep my... That's almost certainly worth my AC right now, so we'll kill this guy real quick. And go get the electricity resist ring. It does cost me a little bit of dexterity, but my evasion's already kind of bad in this form anyhow. So I guess I'll unequip my intelligence. Get 9 more MP is nice. So it does make my Hellfire Mortar 8%, but 8% is still basically just as castable. And I'm training it anyhow, so we're getting there. Alright, so I'll also give me resist cold, so if I check my resist now, I have 2 resist cold. Is my resist called incidental? It's incidental from that one ring that gives me fire resist called, and yeah, I'm not getting rid of that, so. He's at 17, that's reasonable. Alright, cool. Back down into the vaults. I don't like that doorway. Heal up, go back down. Kind of missing not having. There's like the item that give me blink. Kind of missing having that right now. Oh well. Kind of move here. And just do this. Alright. Alright, we need to definitely do it on a different doorway. Bombard this guy. If I can hit my bombards, holy crap! I took off the aim of inaccuracy. Jesus. All right. Bit of a safer angle to attack from here. Now I'm basically a fire elementalist again. This is a fire spell. Arguably the best fire, earth, and forgecraft spell in the game. You can see why I'm so jazzed to learn it every time I'm a spellcaster. It's just so good. It's kind of like Spellspark for sure, but for Bolt of Magma, and it's way better. It's going to fire multiple in a single turn. Yeah, these guys can like smite you with lightning spells, which is why I like to have resist electricity on this map. Because like that guy's behind a bunch of enemies, it's really easy to get killed by just getting smoked by lightning over and over again. Once we get Hellfire Mortar online and Irradiate up, I probably want to get some unarmed combat for this form. Can't go wrong, right? Then I can equip that Slaying Hat. This is a Crystal Golem, which is like the exact reason I bought LRD here. So as soon as it shows up, try J. Got him. This goes to Hellfire Mortar, of course. Wow, they killed my Hellfire Mortar. What the hell? That don't usually happen. Alright, well, let's do this. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Ooh, Gyre and Gimbal. That's, I mean, I don't have the dex to use that, but that's like almost enough to make me go short blades. It's like the best short blade in the game, easily. It's like a double blade. It's insane. also get a little bit more shape-shifting, because that does give me more AC on this form, and it would set me up for stone form if I ever find it. Man, this is... 12 MP is so nice. 12 MP plus mana regen kind of makes me... I can cast as many spells as I want, which is not usually the case. More intelligence, which is my Hellfire Mortar online all the faster. Let's back up, let my guy do his job, and then we can LRD these Draugrs. Fill up. And heal up again. I like being melee with that guy. There we go. Bombard his ass. Did I lose my auto check? Was that an armor shop? That's whip shop. Okay. Already checked it. Alright. That's that floor done. Vaults number 3. We're pretty strong at this point. Ooh, distant wind. And coins being counted. Okay, so I want to riff here because I want to find these both as fast as possible. So that is the Desolation, which I do want to get to. But I'd like to find the Bazaar first. So where's the Bazaar? Oh, so that's the Bazaar. So they're right next to each other. I can do the Bazaar in less time, so... Manual throwing? I probably will buy that eventually once we get to the ultra late game. So I need to go north here. Find the Bazaar first. I have the silver bullet for this guy. Of course, it wakes up other people, so we have to kill them. Try to kill these guys fast so I can get to that Bazaar. Alright, cool. If you want to make your freezing cloud go away, just break vision of it. Alright, into the Bazaar. Find this. Check all these shops up quickly. Bazaars are awesome as goes at because you just have an excess of money. So, like, you can find spells or items that you wouldn't otherwise find. Already got a Hat of the Invisible, correct? Nope. Might buy that just to have it if I... Oh, no, I do. It's my artifact hat, right? Yeah, that's way better. Alright, so nothing here that I don't already have. Besides regeneration, but I'm never using that. Not worth the money. I can't ever get these again, so I might as well buy them now. Alright, pretty uninspiring Bazaar. That's typical of Octopode. You have such a limited gear selection that it's kind of standard. Hellfire Mortar, kill that guy. Alright, now we can make it to our Desolation before it ends. Best way is just go down this hallway. I make it? Alright, so we made it to Desolation. Should go in. I'm gonna rev scroll so I can see where all the loot's at, which means that's where all the enemies at. I can heal up a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna clear out the top right, because that's like where enemies will come from if I go to the loot areas. Of course, I miscast my first spell. Need to travel with my Hellfire Mortar so I can see things and shoot them. There we go. Alright, so I've cleared the clouds, which is fine by me. Like, this entire place, like, it's called a desolation. It's like a blasted wasteland of salt, and I think it's like a post-Sodom Gomorrah thing. It's pillars of salt and everything. People literally turned into salt. Little salt gremlins here. Hmm. I think I can kill that guy fast enough to stop him from summoning. So I guess we should put a Frost Cloud so the guys who get summoned are in Frost Clouds. Then we LR, OTR to do some damage to everyone. Hellfire Mortar's back, so pop that. This guy's resist electricity. No, right? Let's drop a Lightning Spire here. Light Spire does make a lot of noise, which will attract things, but I'm not that worried about it. If I'm more at 3%, though, I'd like it to get a little better, because I would like to unequip this Intelligence hat for our Ice hat eventually, or even the Slaying hat. Alright, it's cleared out a lot of the area, so let's go to the south and get some items. Books are always cool. Folsom Fusillade, I might cast that later. And so you are annoying. This would be a great time for Irradiate, which I do not have. Alright, so they blink encircled me. Yeah, if I had Irradiate, I would just clear this right now by pressing Irradiate twice, but I do not, so... I don't even have regular blink, because that's on my... like a ring on my equipping. Oh, I could have learned the regular blink spell. Probably been worth it. Would have saved me this blink scroll I'm about to use. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Well, crap. Alright, my summons are going to take care of everything here, because I wasted a summoning spoil, but here we are. Let's run up and get a little healing done. Watch all the salt gremlins fight. Anything cool I've seen yet? Nope, alright. Hey look, it's a artifact crystal plate that I can't equip. It's like the ultimate, like a hybrid caster super heavy armor combo, like Chibriados run armor. Might do one like that eventually. That's one of my more... Chibriados is like a challenge god more than anything. Very fun though, because it makes you very powerful, but makes you very slow, and slow is bad. Let's clear out top left now. Artifact ring, that's what I like to see. Oh, it's just a fly and resist cold ring. Well, that's not what I like to see because it sucks. Alright, last little section to get some loot from. These crystal golems explode super powerfully from LRD. Alright, artifact falchion gives me willpower. I might need that at some point. Unlikely, but hey, worth looking at. I think I've cleared the desolation. This is one of the more dangerous side branches, like timed vaults. But the rewards are usually really good, and like they weren't bad. I mean, not good for my character. Ooh, I found this ring too. This is a very good ring actually. It's a much better intelligence ring. Strength, intelligence, and resist corrosion. So I do have a resist corrosion ring already. It's also my resist fire and my resist cold. But I've got incidental resist cold over here. It's a lot of stats, basically. Alright, so... I mean, I could probably go throw away a regular and this extra protection ring. I don't need that many. If I ever need fire, I've got better rings to equip than these two, too. So I can... And this, just clear out my inventory a little bit. Probably never using regular poison again. I might use that resist that staff. Go ahead and clear all this stuff out. Take wizardry off, it'll affect my spellcasting by 4%. I can honestly live with that for now. So maybe I get my AC ring back. Yeah, because I already want to train to like have that stuff available. Maybe I equip Wizardry, take off this int hat, which is much less effective, and get this on. But if I change to stone form, I don't want to get drained by equipping that, so I guess I'll stick with this. Jerk showed up here. Let's go back to my int hat then. It's just such a nice hat for like actually fighting, but I'm not really doing a whole lot of fighting. Don't need these anymore. Go ahead and drop those. Never using Conjuration Staff. I'm probably going to equip that in the late game. That's just so much stats. Once I find like some rings that short up my resistances. Alright, now we can just clear regularly. Now we've gone through all those like mini dungeons. Those require a lot more caution, but or haste in the case of the bazaar. Alright. Very eventful Vaults 3. Not complaining either. Alright. This is giving me int 2, right? Yeah, this is 4 int. So I'm trying to like, so I don't need more skill in my health armor, to be honest. Right now it's at 1%, obviously. But my eventual goal is to unequip this int talisman for a granite talisman, which probably won't have int. You know, unequip this wizardry ring, unequip this int hat, right? If I only have one hat, I won't be able to equip this. So like if let's actually check. So if I take off all of my spell improvement abilities and equipment, what's my Hellfire Mortar look like, right? So unequip this, unequip this, unequip this, and it's 9%, right? So that's much less castable. As is, I can probably get rid of Wizardry while I'm training it. Still at 4%. Equip this like really nice stat ring. Or maybe evasion? Get some more evasion? Yeah. Seems reasonable. Doesn't affect my it does affect my servitor. Maybe get Forgecraft up one more point for that. What's my shield situation? Nothing. Okay. My spellcasting's up, so I can learn Radiant now? Yeah. Get here, 88. Let's go. Oh, I need to go learn Blink too. Let's go find Blink. I glossed over it when I saw that shop. Would have saved me a Blink scroll earlier. Come here, Blink. Maybe Yara's. Go ahead and learn that. Let's go ahead and unlearn Foxfire. I haven't cast that in ages. Go ahead and learn Blink. Let's change my hotkeys up a little bit. Make Blink Irradiate swap. Alright. One more level of vaults before we go to Elf. Nothing to talk about here, just some enemies, killing them the way you've seen me kill them 100 times so far. Alright, much less interesting Vault 4 so far. Vault 3 had all the juice in it. I love hitting people with Bombard while they're asleep because they can't really dodge. Well, this one I need to back up. Good time for a bolt style spell, but I don't have that, so guess we're gonna live with LRD. Bam. A lot of guys in there, but nothing to guard. Okay, and that's vaults as far as we're doing it. So right now, done. Check my rings. Make sure I haven't dropped anything too interesting on vaults. Nope. Kind of carrying everything interesting. Besides maybe this one ring of CMViz, but eh. This is 13 in Manos too. That's also a really cool resist corrosion ring, but I've already got, I think, a better resist corrosion ring in this one. Strengthen it. Alright, so we're going to go to Elven Halls now. I'm really looking for a granite talisman. That's my white whale here. No fire armor's almost good enough. Once I level up, I'll get some intelligence too to make up for some of this. Yeah, I'll keep going. Kind of a clusterfuck here, but I don't really care. These are like regular elves. Elf doesn't really get hard until the third floor, where all the special elves are like kind of hanging out. Till then, like, I mean, I've been fighting elves since like dungeon 10 or whatever. Ooh, an undead elf. That's a distortion axe. Ooh, I want to deal with that. Go that fast. I don't want to go to. I don't want to go to the abyss. At least not yet. We will be going to the abyss in this run because there is an abyssal rune. Elves can't go invisible, which is kind of annoying because I don't have See Invisibility equipped. It might be worth it to sort of a demonic elf one, or like a really unwholesome one. Lots of undead and demons and shambling abominations. Invisible guy, huh? Hellfire Mortar also sees invisible, so like it really trivializes the idea like, oh, they're going invisible, I can't shoot them with my spells. Nah, this guy just also gets them. Should probably get like unarmed combat just up to like I am attacking every now and then with a manual. I can get up to 6 and like 2 kills. And killing one elf gets me up half a level. Yeah. Okay. Also a small elf one. All right. Let's go down to elf 2. All 3 staircases are here, so I got to deal with it. All right, so that's Zenata. Zenata is very dangerous. I kill her as fast as I possibly can. She does a bunch of dancing weapons like that. Thankfully, LRD pretty strong in elf too. Lots of walls. Heal up, go down. Got some fancy elf shirts there. Alright, stop coming in one by one. I see all of you here. There we go. Yeah, see? Almost nothing to get that up. Alright, so I've got all that done. So at this point, I'm just going to learn Polar Vortex. Once I get Polar Vortex, I can almost certainly get rid of Lightning Spire, so I only need, like... and OTR, so that's 4 points. I only need, like, 1 more point of spellcasting. If that, right? Yeah. And the only thing that's going to, like, divert me from this path of learning Polar Vortex is going to be if I find a Granite Talisman, in which case I'll need some shapeshifting. As it stands, I'm doing okay. Like I could see like winning the game with just this form currently. I don't need any improvements. 15 runes is going to be tough with a Medusa form, though. You really want much better defenses by then. Here's the Hollow Blades. Also another small elf level. Not a lot of XP here. Hello, Agnes. She's very dangerous. Oh, and Assyrian. He's also pretty... not very dangerous. Not compared to Agnes, but... he's not dangerous. No, he's dead. Wow, 3 unique enemies in the Hall of Blades. Very fun. Back up to my health for more to back up. Make my servitor again. Starting up to I can fight in melee too at this point. Oh, he's like I don't have to waste mana on these like little regular guys. You gotta remember your Hellfire Mortar won't shoot you, so like if an enemy is between you and your mortar, it probably won't shoot them because it might hit you with the magma bolt. So. I just got double quick blades. Oh, double short swords, much less dangerous. Funny thing about the Hall of Blades is like all these dancing weapons are supposed to like drop as regular weapons. Because your Gozag, you can't do that. They just drop as gold. One of like the minor downsides of Gozag. Like if I wanted a triple sword this game, I could not get a triple sword. At least not with it dying there as a weapon. Just becomes gold. There actually isn't a whole lot of reason to do Hall of Blades, because unless I was gonna like upgrade a weapon, which I'm probably not gonna do on this character. I'd rather have unarmed damage than most weapons. The only reason I would have a weapon over unarmed combat on this character is either like stabs giving me bonuses to my spells or resistances from equipping a weapon. Like if I went to a stone form right now, I would probably equip this just for the willpower, so I could take off the willpower hat. Alright, so this is Elf. Oh, hey, a potion I haven't identified. Invisibility, cool. Gotta be careful, don't explore too heavily on Elf, because you, Elf 3, because you might run into the final vault, which is the actual only real super dangerous part of Elf. There's usually some visual indicators, like a long hallway or some runes or something. Yeah, I tend to want to explore Elf 3 manually until I find it. Ooh, excuse me. Destruction is interesting. Don't really need anything else. Electric Charge isn't even bad, but not currently going to use it. I think it's going to be to the bottom left there, in the final vault. Definitely going to buy a scroll of blinking and ammo. Those are both awesome. Don't need a limbic anymore. That might have been an earlier game thing. Alright, so I'm almost certain like this is going to lead directly into the final elf vault here. Yep, called it. You can see the fancy tiles. So actually, if you were playing a regular game and you weren't doing like a 15 run like I am, where I'm trying to like save my money for bribes, this would be a perfect time to bribe, actually. Uh, you've cleared out everything that is like chafe and easy to kill, but there's a bunch of dangerous guys in here, and if you bribe them, they'll fight for you. And they'll kind of sow discontent in their ranks. What I'm going to do is just this. Get their attention, blast them. Back up to my mortar comes back. These guys can send me to the abyss. What's the percentage on that? Banishment 0%. Okay, I've got enough willpower. Hellfire Mortar is very strong in this kind of elf ending. Ooh, that guy just blasted me. Oh, excuse me, damnation me again. I'm gonna back up a little bit, hill. There we go. How about this gold, which can also distract them now? Ooh, hello. That guy can actually kill my Hellfire Mortar before it kills him, so... Time for Freezing Cloud. Back up a little bit. Let them come to me. Back up. Remortar. Back up. Alright. Get out there and vault. It's not a whole lot here, too. Is that a distortion blade you got there, buddy? Yep, I don't look good at this. Bombard myself away if I can. Alright, I think that's it. Cleared out elf. Here's our loot. Don't want to care for that staff. Manual of fighting, that's very good. Manual of staves, that's useful. I might equip in a stave late game, depending what staves I find. I think I'm carrying my best staff currently, which is the resist negative earth staff. But you never know what you find. Alright, have I picked up any rings incidentally? Okay, don't need you. I might actually need this amulet wild sheep if I find a granite talisman. No talismans, right? On elf, just the blade talisman? Yeah. Still haven't found my go-to option. Same ring. I haven't found any rings on here? Wow. go ahead and turn off picking up chemistry, and I don't need more wild shape. Alright, well, didn't find anything of value besides that manual, but it's fine. I'm already pretty well equipped, so I'm not too upset about that. Probably don't need this anymore, but I'll carry it just in case. I'm looking on Polar Vortex. Probably not very good. Probably still 100%, right? Yep. If I equip Wizardry, and let's say Intelligence, is it castable then? Or like, yeah, it's 99%. Okay, so it's basically if I was equipped to spellcast, it's in the realm of usability, or the realm of starting to be usable. I could use like 3 levels of translocation here. Got 2 spell levels. If I was ever going to get Polar Vortex, I would just need more spellcasting too. So let's get spellcasting up to like 18 while we're here. And fighting can go back up to 15 because I'm so far away. I think ice needs to get up to like 22 before it's reasonable. Once again, I still have not found the relevant talisman I'm looking for, so at that point it's depths time. Alright, we are now past the mid-game. I consider the S branches and vaults and elf to be kind of the mid-game, and depths to be kind of like the transition from mid-game to late game. Like depths, third rune, Zot, it's kind of like the late game. But we're going to go ultra late game, so this is kind of still my mid-game. I could also probably get my unarmed combat up to what it's 11 to get my next speed boost. Just gonna like level those up quickly while I have the manuals, and then go back to training. Because like those are actually, I should just do that right now. Like, don't even bother training any of this except translocation. Then I can go back to ice magic once those are satiated. Alright, depth entrance cleared. Nothing too scary. Honestly, once I get Polar Vortex, I can probably just unlearn Spell Servitor and Bombard, because those are incompatible with Polar Vortex blasting the area. I'm probably going to be using it over those spells. Let's... Alright, took a little damage there. Kind of tanked more than I should have. Didn't let my Forge Crafts handle the fight like I should have. I should probably unlearn LRD at some point. It's mostly useful in vaults with all the Crystal Guardians and such, but it's like only a niche spell at this point. Doesn't do a whole lot in Zod either, or in It's okay. It's good in Crypt. I'll probably clear Crypt after Depths and use it there. Gotta use that to get my Polar Vortex up. I really don't want to go to the ultra late game until I've got Polar Vortex up. I prefer to have it up by the time I get to Abyss, so... I guess I'll take these teleportation scrolls. I'm Gozag, I got the money. Ebony Greatsword, I'm never equipping that over a one-handed weapon. I still haven't found a good shield, right? Yeah, nothing worth, or nothing better than just an orb even, so... No sense of trading shields until I find a good one. So these guys are LRDable. I feel LRD is going to be good in Cocytus. Because these Nagrons here, and there's also a bunch of Simulacrums. I might just relearn it at that point, though. One nice thing about Gozag is Acosidus, which is one of the late game levels of Hell, prevents you from using potions, but you can just potion petition for the potions you need. So if you need Brilliance or Haste or a heal or something, you can just use it there. Not so much in Hell, or in a Gehenna, which stops you from using scrolls, but still useful there too. I'm not sure how many of these go. Ooh. Let's go up. That's a dangerous door. Let's find a different door. No reason to force that. Kill what I can, back out. Alright, took that one out a little easier. Ooh, some shops. And you have long blades, probably not relevant unless I find, like, some crazy long blade. I don't care about any of these spells. Death's Door is useful, but not relevant here. Ring of Umbra, fun, but not relevant to this build. And these other items really matter to me. And, ooh, Firestorm. I'll go ahead and buy Firestorm. Kind of get that out of the way so I don't worry about it. I could learn Firestorm next. But it'll be harder to Polar Vortex, and I think Polar Vortex is better, so... Oh, they killed my Hellfire Mortar. I need to be careful here. This is not going well for me. Ooh. Somehow poisoned my poison resistance. And Chonchons are not a joke. Alright, so I got those up. Oh, my manuals are still going, though. Let's get fighting up to, like, 18, then. Hit points are good. Can't go wrong with hit points. I don't think I would need another unarmed combat manual to get to my next, like, break point with unarmed combat, which is, like, 17. Or maybe 16. It goes 5.4, 10.8, 15, 16.2, so yeah, 16.2 or 17. What kind of orbs do I have? Winter, okay. So I need to find Resist Cold, which I do have some. Resist Cold's my only, yeah, it's only 2 pip right now. Just need a 3rd pip. I have 9 mutations. Normally when I have non-orbs of fire, when I have this many mutations, I'll quaff them and try to find a beneficial mutation. But because I'm going 15 rune, I might have to run into Manoleg. Oh, I will have to run into Manoleg, who is both heavily capable of mutating you and also summons guides to mutate you, and also his level is full of guides to mutate you. I want to save it until then, and then I'll do the mutation roulette, maybe. That's a very... Man, if I was interested in a Spire Talisman, holy heck. Resist poison to offset the negative poison. Willpower, slay, dex. It's a heck of a spider talisman. Not relevant for me though. Like helmet, which I can equip right now because of... So normally I cannot equip helmets, I can equip hats on this character. But on a, when you turn to serpent form, you actually can equip hats. You can actually equip helmets. Have I found another artifact helmet either? No, okay, so not worth. This is actually just a straight improvement. More AC. Well, it's actually the same AC, right? Yeah. +2 and +2. But this also, it's +2 int basically is all this did for me. I could sacrifice an int, which would sacrifice like a percentage off Hellfire Mortar to have 4 willpower. I don't think that's relevant. I think everything that will checks me in this area is going to be... 3 is going to be fine. And it's actually more than 3. It's like a high 3 because I've had that 3 for multiple levels, and every time you level up you get a little bit of willpower. And there's the door to hell. Not going there yet. I don't even want to go into the vestibule until I get Polar Vortex online. Oh look, a Rhyme Horn Talisman. With Resist Poison, man, that'd been really good on floor 2. On lair. Alright, so... fighting... I can stop on fighting. At this point, it's just, get Polar Vortex online, right? Let's just get Polar Vortex online. And try to find Granite Talisman, obviously. I can just beat trolls to death with a... Ooh, Chon-Chons. Yeah, be careful of those guys. They'll warp you around and mess with you. They also come in swarms, so it's like never just a Chon-Chon. A Chon-Chon's not actually that dangerous, but 4 Chon-Chon's very dangerous. I can just beat trolls to death with my hands. What manuals have I skipped over? Throwing and lug blades. Okay, well, throwing I'll definitely get eventually, but... Ooh, Stormform. That is interesting. Stormform is very interesting because you don't get weapons or armor, so, you know, no hats, no weapons, no shields, but you can blink around and it gives you a crazy amount of evasion, and it does give you more AC than this. Well, actually, it's like the equivalent AC of my snake form. This is like the ultimate unarmed combat version of the character, right? where strength would matter a lot more. Doesn't give you any bonus hit points either, but, you know, 15 AC and 27 evasion is not a joke. When you combine that with, like, the 3 AC rings I have, which is plus 12 AC, you're 27 AC and, like, 60 evasion. That's good enough. That's good enough to win the game with. The downside is you don't have the resistances of a stone form, and the AC isn't as good, but your melee is way better. Also, no hat, so no willpower. That would suck, but I mean, if you got the rings, you can really make this form work, and that could be my actual late game goal here. Polar Vortex plus blinking around with Blink Bolt and bunch of stuff, very strong. Well, I can't equip this, might as well drop that at this point. Not quite Grand Talisman, which I would immediately like segue into leveling if I found it. I would even equip my wild shape. Ooh, hello. Soju bow is very dangerous. See if I can kill him with LRD and Frost Cloud. There we go, got him. Soju also drops a Storm Talisman. Yeah. But not a Grand Talisman. Where's Roxanne when you need her? Don't need 2 Storm Talismans. You just beat these guys to death, yeah. This guy's a little stronger than the troll. Nuke him, fight them. This is actually a good time for OTR. So a lot of guys here. Oh, hello. I'll get blasted by you and get mutated. He's got a direct path to me. Oh, I'm at 97 contamination. Yep. Yeah, I'm about to get mutated. There it is. Dangerously contaminated. Let's back around this corner. How many cancel pots do I have? 8? Okay, yeah, it's worth the cancel pot. Which is just a shapeshifter. Annoying. But 8 cancel pots is a lot, so I'm not that chuffed by it. Hey, it's a ziggurat. We're not doing the ziggurat now, but we probably will do it later just for fun. It's not actually technically necessarily part of a 15 rune run, but it is like ultra late game potential. That's 4% really gave me the business. To really do zig diving, you need like ignition? Do I have ignition? Have I learned ignition? Nope, I do have Firestorm, which is starting to come online, just like Polar Vortex, funny enough. Hello, regular Naga. I'm gonna come up here and punch you in the face. That's an army of guys who cannot bypass some water, which is very funny. I can just like go here. What are you guys gonna do? You're gonna die, that's what. Alright, depths 4, a shop with nothing good in it. Classic. Manual dodging, that is, I'm always buying that at some point. I've got the money now, so might as well. Nothing here, I'm not worried about getting those spells that are relevant. Alright, it's all Draconian, so that means there's an interest in Zot here. Here on the side so you don't get flanked. I haven't put in a net. Stop it. Someone's gone invisible on me. What a jerk. Killed him. Classic. Alright, and that is... oh, not quite. Got a little ahead of myself there. Technically, that depths is not done. Alright, there's the entrance to the Abyss, too. So we got all our entrances. And there we go. Okay, so that is the regular part of the game done, except for Zot and their third rune. Oh, I have a trove, too, right? I have a slime trove? Yeah, I definitely want to do that. I get the resist courage for slime, but I'd like to have polar vortex online for slime if I could help it, but I don't think that's feasible at this point, but too much XP and other things. %86 is not uncastable though. Alright, so what's my next? I could just... I think I just do vaults 5. Like this is the one I can handle the most with Hellfire Mortar. Hellfire Mortar is really good in slime, but... oh, I can do Crypt. Crypt's probably worth it. Let's do Crypt, because like there might be a stone talisman in the shop at the end of Crypt. I'm gonna do this, like start leveling up my shapeshifting just a little bit, just in case I do find that stone talisman. Probably won't see invisibility online for Crypt too, because a lot of vampires go invisible. Hey Marge. Blast you a couple times. Little army of Hell Knights. And your little elephant too, alright. Well, these guys aren't resistant to lightning, so I might as well get this down just for mana efficiency. There we go. Alright, cleared this out. Anything interesting on this first floor? Nope. Alright. We'll stop you at 17. LRD is so good here. So many things are just made of stuff that already blows up. That tormented me. What a jerk. Ow, it hurts. I've only got one resist negative right now, which is good enough to not, like, super die, but it's not, like, ideal, technically. See how far I'm already doing each job. I'm just trying to heal up for that freaking torment. I did get tormented a lot in my previous games because I wasn't doing extended stuff, but torment's like a smite targeted ability that reduces the hit points of everything on the screen by 66%, I believe. And resist negative reduces that amount. It doesn't work on undead or constructs, so like if you're a mummy or something, you don't get affected by it. But I am made of flesh. I could equip another point of resist negative if I wanted to here. I do have a ring hanging out. I'm not sure what I would unequip though. I don't like all my setup right now. Maybe evasion? Yeah, it's reasonable. Oop, misaimed my spell there. I fingered the directional keys. Orc zombies are so weird looking. Ooh, that guy can drain my mana. Let's kill him from a distance. There we go. Pull these guys out so I can fight them in more favorable conditions. The Servitor is especially good against these zombies. Zombies like are just pools of hit points basically, and the Servitor just does a lot of damage, and they have low evasion, which is really good for the spamming of Bombard. Let me check something. So I think he can learn any level 6 lower spell, so like I could teach him LRD or Radiate, that'd be funny, but nah. I think Wild March is still just the go-to answer. Alright, so that's Crypt 2 done. Now the much more dangerous Crypt 3. Which how many rev scrolls do I have? I have 11? Okay, I have plenty. So I'll definitely rev scroll here. So you can see there's the very dangerous Crypt ending. There's the final prize, which is a fancy little shop at the end of Crypt. And on the right-hand side, which we will go to eventually if we get that far without dying, is Tomb. Arguably the most dangerous branch, depending on what your character build is. Downside of Tombs, a lot of my spells don't do anything here, like Ogre's Toxic Radiance does not work on undead, and everything here is undead. As the name suggests, it is called Crypt. Little mini fire there. And I'm gonna explore my way into... Alrighty, this guy's invisible and it's really annoying. Drop my servitor. Alright, good job, Hellfire Motor. I could, like, equip it and see Invis Ring, but it'd be really annoying. It looks like I just lost a lot of hit points. That's this thing. This thing, it doesn't technically do Torment, but play kind of works like Torment. It's just temporary until you kill the thing. Just bad Torment, basically. So once it dies, I get all hit points back. Yeah, let's gonna move to the right here, get some mana back. Hellfire Mortar take care of things. There we go. You can really see why I was so adamant on getting Hellfire Mortar trained up. It's just such a good late game spell. It's not great with Polar Vortex because, you know, Polar Vortex does damage it, but I mean, once you have Polar Vortex online, you're not really worried about much else. Can I clear out the side branches here? I'll start LRD in here. Back up, get my mana. I haven't actually even explored, yeah, I haven't even fully explored the area outside of the main vault. Let's do that. Here's the tomb entrance. Usually there's stuff outside of it. Oh, just a bunch of dead plants. Okay. Nothing to worry about there. Alright, this guy torments you and then summons a bunch of guys around you to punch you. Really annoying. Well, the thing is, a lot of torment guys don't actually hit very hard, but this guy torments you and then surrounds you with guys who hit hard, so Very annoying in that sense. Gotta kill him fast. There we go, got him. One of the more dangerous enemies in both Zot and Crypt. Yeah, back off, get some of my MP back. The thing those draggers do, so draggers are like super skeletons basically, but they when they hit you they can inflict doom, and doom can give you a really dangerous negative status effect. It's really hard to get rid of too. It's based on XP, and I'm pretty high level, so it takes a while to get rid of it. Alright. That guy just ran away. Very funny. And see, I was at 24 Doom. That guy hit me a couple times. I'm at 56 Doom. Very, very bad. Gotta be careful about letting those draggers get close to me. Fred's gonna resist on it. Not the worst possible thing. Using Bombard a little more to gain distance so I don't get doomed. Alright, a little bit more loot here. Cool. Nothing relevant to pick up. Yep. Cool. A little gold and a potion. Alright. Here's the final part of Crypt, which is usually guarded by some liches, but I might have already woken them up. Yeah, looks like I already woke everyone up. Alright, so nothing crazy so far. Buckler Reflection, I might actually use that eventually once I get shields up. Be a nifty thing to have. Alright, now the super shop. Anything useful here? Alright, so there's a death talisman, but it's a death talisman with negative telly on it, so I'm never, ever, ever using that. Some amulets that aren't as good as mana regen for me. Yeah, pretty bad final shop, honestly. I mean, these aren't bad amulets, obviously, but like I need mana regen. I don't need these. Double resist fire is pretty cool, but also like Lich Form isn't bad, but it doesn't give any AC, which is really bad on Octopode, and minus telly is a death sentence. Plus 6 int and 2 strength is pretty cool though. Alright, yeah, you don't typically expect a Granite Talisman here. It's almost always a Death Talisman, but you gotta check. Alright, so the last thing to do at this point is Vault 5. Ooh, pick up all my gold on the floor here. Make sure I'm missing on any like cool artifacts that aren't in the shop. Yeah, nothing crazy. If I could ever get this stuff online, I'd really like to get Wucad Moob. This is a two-handed or one-handed weapon? Two-weapon, okay, yeah. I probably won't actually use that then. Might be good on my Platinum Paragon if I ever get that online. Do I have Platinum Paragon? Nope, no Platinum Paragon. Okay. Polar Vortex at 54. It's in the realm of castability. Let's go do Vaults 5. Alright, do I have... I do not have a hatch down. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to buff up Might, Haste, Brilliance, and even Invisibility, because it's one of the last places invisibility is useful. We're going to click a Telescroll, we're going to go down, going to make some noise with a spell, and then we're going to teleport away. Let's summon our guys while our Brilliance is cheap. Get to an area that's a little more combatable. Oh, that guy just blasted me with a Quicksilver. Don't get rid of my buffs. No, my buffs! Get rid of my haste. What a jerk. Let's turn off shapeshifting because I haven't found the thing yet, and let's try to get Polar Vortex up. I could survive with these defensive stats for a while, but I really want Polar Vortex. Can I kill you in a couple shots? Yeah, cool. Hellfire Mortar down these like thin hallways is really strong because like they have to come in one single file and get blasted by the magma as they do. I just miscast twice on a 2%. Damn. Tough. Well, I pressed the wrong button there. Alright, cleared that out. Alright, buddy, you're LRDable. Get LRD'd. Alright, we're doing good here, and that was... Need to keep an eye on Polar Vortex at this point, because as soon as it's castable, I need to learn it. is at 41%. I should start getting rid of some of these spells that are getting in the way of like me scrolling. So let's go to hide. You. All of you are kind of interesting, so we're getting rid of these. It's just all spells I'm almost never gonna learn. Some of these like actually still useful in the late game, but that's good enough. Polar Vortex is on the first page now. All right. How many spellpoints do I have? I have 5. I can take out OTR now, so we can stop spellcasting at 14.5. Now what I'll talk about here is just clearing out vaults. Any cool artifacts I've found on vaults yet? Nope, not in Vault 5. I'm just clearing the edges out though. We got Polar Vortex at 34. We're getting there. We're getting there. So if I quit Wizardry Ring here, what do I give it over? Don't need, I need, oh, I don't need Positivity anymore. I'm not in Crypts. How castable are you? 14%. That is learnable at this point. So let's go ahead and Amnesia. Get rid of OTR, as fun as it is. Let's learn Polar Vortex. Alright, so once I get Polar Vortex on, that's a spell I don't think I've shown off before. I think I showed off Shatter on my Gargoyle, which is another spell I'd like to get online, but Polar Vortex kind of does the job for most of the game. I'm trying to OTR. I was just a second away from casting OTR, just pressing Z then D. My Polar Vortex is on my OTR hotkey now, so it's like, oh, I almost miscast Polar Vortex. or risk miscasting it. No talismans, right? No granite talisman. Nope. Okay. Now, you can see Vaults 5 gives me so much gold because there's just so many enemies on Vaults 5. It's just chock full of them. You know what? It's 9%. I can cast it. Or I can miscast it. Oh no, I pressed blink. Equal S. Yeah, okay. There it is. Polar Vortex. So this is what Polar Vortex looks like. It's a giant swirling, like, frost cloud around you that picks up enemies, slings them around in different locations, and just does a ton of damage. Every round it does a 12d7 damage to all the enemies inside of it. Just does crap ton. Very good at clearing out enemies around you, which is the most dangerous place they could be. If I actually had it online before I entered here, I would have just casted it when I first walked down the stairs. Wow, more honor combat. Cool. I'm good at punching. And it's technically castable, but I would like it more castable. Whereas I still have like an entering I can equip, right? If I really wanted to. I've been marked. I've cleared out most of the zones. I don't think that's too bad. Yeah. I keep my Hellfire Mortar up and kill everything that comes towards me. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much Vaults 5 cleared. A Lich. Alright, buddy. Oh, you're a shapeshifter. Sure. Let's say a regular human. That's like the Guardians to the Vault entrance, not the Vault finale. That's almost certainly another shapeshifter. Yeah. Alright, so I got my ice magic where it's... I still want more, right? I still just want more. But at this point I can start also leveling up shapeshifting if I find that granite talisman. And if I don't, like, getting this up to 20 is also still good because it gives me more AC on this form. So, I kind of want this top this at 20. I can maybe get my unarmed combat up to, now that I got another manual of it, up to 17. Get that extra point of, at this point, this is all vanity points. I can cast Polar Vortex. That's going to be the thing that gets me through a lot of the game at this point. Like this. A Polar Vortex is a lot weaker in corridors because it doesn't expand and do as much damage. Like there is an asterisk by its damage, I believe, if you look at it, because the damage is contingent on like spreading out and hitting much things like a tornado. But so if you use it in a corridor, it does diminish damage, but it's still always good even in a corridor. Hey, I found it! Granite Talisman! And it's a bad Granite Talisman that gives me a negative int, but this is what I want. So, we finally found the item. Plus strength and slaying is not bad for fighting, though, which is useful. So, it's plus 27 AC at its best level, plus 38 AC once you max it out. So you can imagine plus 38 AC means this is the only AC I need for the game. Like, one protection ring puts me over 40 at that point. It gives you plus 30% hit points, so it makes you way tougher both in AC and in hit points, making it the biggest tank item you can possibly have in the game. It's like no single item grants this much defensive capability. It also gives you 2 resist, electricity negative, which clears up some ring slots, infinite resist poison, plus 7 strength, plus 11 once you account for the fact that this one's an artifact. And the only thing you lose is your body armor, gloves, boots, and barding. Things Octopodes already don't have. So you get to equip your hat still, you get to equip your weapon, and your offhand. The downside is, the wearer body is immune to blah 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 blah. Transform the user wearer to a slow statue form, so you lose movement speed. That said, who cares? Also gives you like natural resistance to torment, which is really valuable in the late game. So that's actually going to be where I put all my XP now. As a matter of fact, I can almost like just equip Wild Shape, which would get me up to 18. That would let me equip it now. I would lose Intelligence, which makes Polar Vortex harder. Well, let's clear this zone first. Oh hey, a Dragon Talisman. That's like the other kind of late game talisman. So like the 3 late game talismans, the 2 are, so actually there's 4. There's the Death Talisman, which you saw in the Crypt Shop, which I'm never going to use. The Storm Talisman, which is like the ultimate zap around stab guys with your hands maneuver. Dragon Cool Talisman, which is also like plus 10 strength, huge unarmed combat base damage, plus 18, a breath weapon, and good resists, but you lose your weapons and your helmet slot, which is a little annoying. It's a little more of a glass cannon too. Less AC, 18, but way more hit points. But Granite Talisman's the go-to for a caster because you don't need the unarmed combat stuff that much, and when you do, this actually does hit very hard. You attack slower in this form too, but you get a plus 50% melee damage boost, so like it makes your attacks really hit harder, which is good in Dis, which we will get to eventually, the Iron City of Dis, so. There we go, so I finally found the item I was looking for, which is awesome. Hey, Singular Guard, I'm just going to Polar Vortex you. Alright, hey, another Singular Guard, Polar Vortex you. Alright, so at this point, also gives me a point of, it gives you an evasion, like it reduces your evasion, though I think you go back to your regular size, so I might get an evasion bonus because the serpent form is large. So that's something. Alright, so, Polar Vortex at 6%. If I take off my helmet, it's at 9%, and if I equip this, because this has MP on it, or intelligence on 2, it's at 16%, so I'm currently, well I can equip this if I wanted to, but I really need the willpower. So currently, despite this being what I want in the long run, I'm not going to equip it just yet. I can also equip this sword for my willpower bonus if I need it. Also, once you get that AC from this item, you can kind of start unequipping these AC rings and equip like willpower rings. I haven't found any cool artifact rings, right, besides the ones I'm already carrying. Something. 13 MP is 13 MP. That's actually pretty cool. I probably said that like 5 times when I look at this ring. 13 MP is 13 MP. Alright, so I need to get my shapeshifting up to make that online, but I also need to get my ice magic up. So we're going to stick with this form for now. Go back to equipping my So I think Polar Vortex is more valuable than the AC boost, but I will need that AC boost in the super late game. Alright, anything else on Vaults 5 worth looking at? No shops or anything? Ooh, that's a Buckler, +7 strength, wow. My form's already got resist electricity, so I'll need it, but man, 7 strength will be punching really hard in that form. Alright, nope, nothing else to worry about. Go ahead and equip my int hat. Oh, my int helmet. Int hat. Never gonna equip you again. Never gonna equip you again. I think I'm just gonna get it naturally. I don't need wild shape. Rather have the amulet. All right, so we've cleared everything there is to clear. We've got our third rune. So if we wanted to, we can go win the game. We can go beat Zot, and that's very doable. That said, I'm gonna get a bunch of XP in Hell first. We're gonna go to the Vestibule. So the way Hell works is there's like this separate zone that like leads into the 4 different Hell zones. It's called the Vestibule of Hell. It's very dangerous, but I do have Polar Vortex. So we're going to walk in. We're going to cast Polar Vortex. Hello, Murray. I'm going to LRD you. It's like a named Crystal Skull, which is like kind of dangerous, but just kind of kills everything around me. Get my final level, which also gives me my final point of willpower. So you can see I have a base 2 willpower at level 27. There's like a little delay after Vortex starts fading where you can't cast it again, but it's very short. So cast it again. And it's just wrecking everything around me. Cast it again. Like I said, this is just a huge XP boost for me. Bunch of hell level enemies getting annihilated by a single spell. And it's very mana efficient. By the time it's done, when you have mana regen up and good spellcasting, like I'm getting functionally 8 mana a turn. This lasts for, we can actually count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So basically 7 turns, right? So you get a 5 to 6 mana back in between those 7 turns of Polar Vortex, plus the turn it takes off to... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 turns before you can cast it again. So, 10 turns at 0.78, it's 7.8 mana, right? So this is a 9 mana spell. You functionally get your mana back in the time it takes to cast it. And cast it again. Admittedly, you can cast other spells while doing it, so it's not... You can see why I wanted the spell. Kind of like with Hellfire Mortar, once you see it in action, you see, oh man, this spell is really, really good. And lose little hit points from smites and damnations. Let's heal up. Oh, nope. Clear out the vestibule, so I don't have to worry about anything here. Then we're going to do next is slime, so I can get both the rune and my trove. That's in, I think it's in Shoals, right? Requires the slime rune to open. Slime's very dangerous. There's like a bunch of unavoidable damage in it from star jellies and such, but I've done slime a number of times since they made the new one, so I think I can handle it. Alright, so we've cleared the Vestibule of Hell, let's go to the slime pits. All the way back in the lair. I haven't found another Granite Talisman, right? Because I would probably prefer a base Granite Talisman, even though this one has Slaying on it. Slime, like, it's really easy to get swarmed in and get blasted with a bunch of corrosion damage, but Polar Vortex don't care about corrosion damage. Need to find a staircase down. There's not like a whole lot of reason to try to clear floors on slime. There's only loot in the final level. But I guess you do get money for Gozag, which is nifty. Just trying to find a staircase down. Also, the faster you do slime... So this is my first time doing slime, but you can kind of see. So the slime gimmick is there's a bunch of slime-covered rock walls, and if you step on these tiles next to the rock walls, you get hit with corrosion. Also, you can't go back up once you go down until you get the rune or convert your worship to Jivia, the slime god. Also, there's a benefit to rushing going down. Every time you go down a slime-covered staircase, you get a temporary boost to your regen. If I could find one. Come on. Alright, I'm going to auto-explore it, so it's taking too long. I'll find it eventually with auto-explore. There it is. Okay, slime-covered staircase, yeah. So you go down. You will be you'll be unable to climb back up again until you either destroy or join the power ruling this place. Continue? Yes. Alright, so you see I get this ooze regen. If I check my regen stats, instead of 0.78, I've got 9 hit point regen and 3 mana regen. So if you could, you'd like to immediately go down the next staircase to keep this ooze regen going. But you have to find it, and it's gone now. So, like... There's the Star Jelly. He's doing kind of unresistible damage to me. The faster you... If you go fast enough in slime... This is true for basically every branch that has a rune. And dungeon, even. You can get a special gem that increases your high score. I'm not that worried about high score. Just trying to do a 15 rune run here. Alright, I don't need a Polar Vortex for single enemies. Just do... Because there's so much corrosion damage in slime, like, even your constructs, like your Servitor and your Hellfire Mortar, are not that strong. They can actually die to the corrosion. Okay, this guy's on a trap? No, he just looks like that. Okay. Okay, there's a... Okay. Need to push a petition here. There's something to the north that's, like, spawning these guys I gotta get rid of. Yeah, already this guy? There you go. Creeping plasmoids are like these guys who live in the walls, and they spawn other things in the walls that spawn things that kill you. Really annoying. I hate them. They're the most awkward guys to fight in the world. Right, can I heal? Can I heal up? Thank you. There's all the stairs down to 4. Okay, there's another creeping plasma. I need to kill that guy before he starts doing stuff to me. Okay, slime, 6-headed slime Hydra. It's a slime Hydra. It functions just like a Hydra. You cut off its heads, more come back. but it does way more damage, has way more hit points, is faster, and has acid damage on its attacks. So it's super dangerous because like it attacks you multiple times, and each attack applies acid. Very nasty enemy. So I'm gonna back up. I definitely need Polar Vortex up to fight this guy. There we go. Despite the fact that I'm max level, it still has red around it. That's how you know it's a toughie. Oh yeah, I didn't mention I did hit max level 27. Poor Vortex starting to come online. Shifting. Alright, so my shifting's at 16, which makes this wearable, because it's not like an HP penalty to equip it now. So I've cleared up Slime 4, even though not really necessary, just going on vibes at this point. Alright. Now the actual challenge of Slime 5, the Royal Jelly. I thought so. It's still more enemies, despite my noise. Oh, this was... Okay, so it's only... So a 5-headed slime is dangerous to me. A 4-headed, not dangerous, doesn't get the red aura. Very funny. Yeah, if it's by itself like that, my regular stuff still kills it. Alright. We're gonna go down. Go to immediately Polar Vortex. Gonna irradiate to try to kill that guy. I had the glass condition on me, but I killed the guy who did it, so we're good. Let's save some mana here by killing things with melee that I can kill with melee. Do not pick up your gold. Might as well have my Gozag stuff going on. The way Star Jellies work is when you damage them, they spawn off little star spawns that charge you, hit you for unresistible damage, and knock you back, so you just have to have max HP to deal with them. Polar Vortex also makes a shit ton of noise, so I'm eventually going to check that Royal Jelly. And pop a red scroll here. So the Royal Jelly is like spawn somewhere in here, but they just kind of wander around. Find them eventually. Alright, so every time this guy gets... Okay, hold on. This guy's getting its head slopped off, even though I'm not striking it with like a weapon that does that. Okay, well, we're just going to kill him. Kind of the solution for everything, just kill him, but you know. There's my contamination. Alright, so my shapeshifting, I can now equip that. We'll do it after we leave Slime. Don't start testing stuff out while I can't, like, leave and go to a safe spot. I need to be careful. Okay, I got marked. I got to cancel that. I can't have the whole floor come at me. Got contaminated. I think I'll just try to suffer it. I get mutated. Nope, don't see any bad mutations. Alright. Where are you, Slime Queen? I contaminated again. I'm empowered by my non-innate mutations. That's a positive one, that doesn't matter until I get more mutations, which is funny. Very strong one if you worship Jivia. Especially just as like plus... It's like +5 evasion and slaying if you get a Jivia run. Alright, there she is. So I'm going to potion petition to get my brilliance and stuff up, and probably haste if I can help it. Alright, well no brilliance. I'll just go ahead and pop an actual brilliance pot then. I got 10 of them. Go ahead and drop a freezing cloud and do some damage here. So as you do damage to the royal jelly, it splits off into tons of regular jellies. And by regular I mean these guys are like star jellies are super dangerous on their own right, so this isn't like an easy thing. But Polar Vortex kind of cures all woes here. It just does damage to everything in this giant area. What's my best option here? Probably still just... Alright, now that they're all distant from me, I can immolate them. And they all blow up. I need to blink away and heal. These things just kind of do unresistible damage when they hit you. Pop potion petition. Get some health from berserking and healing. Get my guys back up, heal. Yeah, thank you, Servitor, for actually taking those Star Jelly hits from me. Alright, all my buffs are gone, but now we can loot Slime. Slime has some cool loot. Ooh, resist cold, resist corrosion, MP ring. That's pretty cool. I don't care about that mace. Got hit with a mark, which there's probably still some enemies on Slime, so I can just kind of back up and take care of them. Option too many left. Yeah, alright. What's that staff say? Minus will, can't have minus will on a weapon. I don't need a ring of flight. I've already got fly on like an artifact here, so I can go ahead and turn that off. A buckler of resist fire, rampage. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. If I get a ton of resist cold, I might actually equip that over my other buckler. There's the slime rune, so now we can go get our trove. Pick all this gold. Alright, it's trove time. Bam, I've got the slime runes on. Ooh, let's pick all this gold too. There we go. Here's the fun. So troves are like conditional side vaults or branches. Basically just a room with a ton of extra loot, usually based around a theme. and it has a requirement to get in. This time the requirement was Slimy Resort. I didn't win this because, like, if you could do the Slimy Resort, you could probably win the game, so you don't need this loot anymore, but it's pretty good for an extended run. Alright, so this is like an elemental one? Or like a poison or acid one? Acid dragon, swamp dragon skeletons. Artifact hat. That's probably the best hat I've got. Resist fire, will, yeah. Artifact ring, resist negative, fine. Some gold. Oh, it's like a dragon horde based one. Okay, this is like a dragon's horde. A swamp dragon and a acid dragon or something had this hanging out. That's will and invisibility. That's fine. That's not bad, but it's not mana regions, which is what I really need to keep winning. So, bunch of dragon skeletons and clouds, pretty fun. Invocations not relevant. Again, not mana regen. Hey, mana regen plus a resist. I'll take it. That is an upgrade. And a bunch of dragon talismans, which, I mean, I'm not going dragon talisman mode, so kind of a waste on me, but plus 7 int dragon talisman ain't bad, but not that spot. But I did get at least one piece of, or at least 2 gear improvements, really, because that's like a better hat, right? This is just will plus some stuff. I guess this is better, but like I'm about to change form, so let's get my form change set up. So take this off, change form because I should be at 17 shapeshifting. Yep. I've been training Polar Vortex, so it should be castable still. Yep, still castable. We can actually stop at 25, which we're doing. Now I can equip this as a resist fire will hat. This will increase my cast by 2%. I don't need resist fire or resist cold. So drop this. I got 40 AC, which I probably don't need, so we can swap to that. Don't need you, can't wear you anymore. Might eventually want you. Drop you. Don't need int because I've got what I need on the spell. Don't need any of these other forms, as cool as they are. I am losing mana from this. The 12 mana this was giving me was such a godsend for the rest of the game, but we'll make do on just being big and strong. And you can see I got my little stone form going on. I got great AC, great hit points. Don't need you. Go ahead and say no to you. Don't need this staff anymore. Got all the resist negative I really need. My willpower is at 4, which is good enough, so let's look at artifact weapons and staves and see if I can find something that gives you some better resistances. Or some intelligence, that'd be nice. I don't need minus will, though. Don't give me minus will. Any good artifact main hand options? I guess me tons of resists that I don't need. It's also fragile, so I can't unequip it. This gives me sea invisibility, conjuration, and fire, which could be good eventually. And the strength is whatever, doesn't really matter. I'm not equipping a Bane item on my offhand because I want to swap that out eventually. Alright, not really anything. I could get willpower, and that's basically it. Or I could sacrifice willpower for intelligence, which I'm not that worried about. I did want to try that Wukad Mu orb, just for the mana regen that it functionally gives. Because, like, I haven't found a good shield either. Like, my best shield is what, Reflection Buckler? Right, I haven't found... Let me double check my shields, but... Okay, so Reflection Buckler, or a shield that lowers my int, which is bad. Or a shield that gives me negative cold resist, which is bad, because I'm about to go into the Orb of Frost Zone. Now, let's use this. So, 4% right now. If I equip it on... If I equip the Wukad Mu Orb... Oh, 12%. Jesus Christ, no. I didn't know it was that bad. It's like anti-wizardry. Ugh. Well, that was a waste. I don't have the XP to get my ice magic up that good. I could just not equip anything in my main hand and punch with it. It's probably ideal, actually. Alright, let's get my dodging up, because, like, even though I have a dodging penalty, it's so cheap. Hold on. It's 6.8 XP compared to, like, at dodging and unarmed combat. I can just kind of get those up to these levels here. Focus on those. Like, everything I got's castable right now. Alright. I guess it's time to do the Abyss. Abyss is probably the next hardest rune to do, or the next least hardest rune to do. But with Vortex, I'm pretty safe on it, I think. I could start getting shield too. So if I got nothing else, let's get shields up to like 10. Put this reflection buckler or something. It's something, you know. Alright, so we go straight into Abyss 5, and when you're high level, the Abyss puts you in different levels of Abyss based on your XL level, and because I'm XL 27, it immediately puts me into the you can take on Abyss 5, no problem. You can't bribe Abyss, that's one of the downsides of it with a Gozag. But now we know which direction to go to get to the thing. Keep an eye out for portals. If you can find a portal out, you can walk back to it. These little stars on the ground, these rune lights, these indicate you are on the right path to finding the thing. And there's not many doors in Abyss, so looks like we got the plant ending, which is really annoying. Alright, something has sapped my mana. Oh, it's this guy? Okay. Well, we can potion petition and get some of it back. Back up a little bit. Papa Brilliance is a dangerous area. I got... Oh no, these are temporary. Yeah. The funny thing is, as they give me these temporary transient mutations, I get bonuses to my evasion and slaying. It's very fun. Let's Polar Vortex again, kill all this stuff. A Flux Cloud in here. Shoot a Hellfire Mortar in there and kill that guy, all those guys. It's actually a good time to MO scroll. Just kind of everything in here is MOable. It'll help clear out some of that stuff. Like these Starflowers constantly shoot you with harpoons and try to pull you towards them, so I really want those dead. I found a Gatadori out from killing all my guys. That's good. You go get that rune and get out. So let's push petition again, try to find a haste rune here. Haste, heal wounds, magic. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you, game. Wait, isn't the rune supposed to be in here? Oh, is it? Oh, I walked by it. There we go. It was covered by some gold. Alright. Now just need to get out. And that's probably a good time to use a blink scroll. Blink, leave. Kill these guys. We did it. Alright, Abyss rune done. That's how Abyss goes a lot of the time is you go in at a high level, it immediately puts you near the Abyss rune, and you go kill a little nasty vault full of a bunch of unique enemies that are only found in Abyss. They hit you with a bunch of transient mutations, and you leave. No permanent harm on me, I don't believe. Nope. Alright. right. Most of the time, Abyss is like a really dangerous place that you get sent to because of a distortion weapon or someone casting banishment on you, and you have to like wander around for ages. And there's a lot of dangerous enemies. But when you go into it in the late game, it's like you can handle it just like I did, right? I could have handled it even more quickly than that. Like if I had been willing to use more blink scrolls, I could just like blinked in a couple times, grab the thing, blink out. But the killing guys is what gave me the exit out, so it kind of worked out either way. All right, at this point, I've got all 5 of the regular runes, or the non-super extended runes. We're going to Pandemonium next, I believe. Like, there's nothing else for me to really do. I've got all I need. My resists are pretty solid. I have extra resist cold for when I fight Lam the Bon. I do need extra resist fire for if and when I fight Serabov. What are you looking like down on my spellcasting chance? That's still high, alright. No other manuals. Nope, okay. I've got so much money at this point. I'm gonna start calling a couple of merchants, see if I can find some better jewelry. Weapon, armor, and general, so we'll go general. Ooh, man, I'm glad I spent that money. Gale's Grab Tambourine is excellent. Well, it's good enough reason to actually start training evocations, even. I'll definitely take Brilliance and Haste. And I'll probably want that Rev Scroll eventually. No, I got 13, I don't need Rev Scrolls. Yeah, really good. Shop there. Pop to the shop. Antiques, weapons, or weapons. So I don't need weapons, so we're going antiques. Trog's weapon. Anti-magic, can't equip that. Blink Scroll's good, though. Amnesia Scroll. How many amnesias do I have? I've got 2. I'll go ahead and buy it, yeah. Alright, pop another merchant. Jewelry boutique. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Give me a very good piece of jewelry and nothing. Dang. Yeah, just Flame and this amulet that I'm not equipping ever. It's bad amulet. Alright, so I've got 10,000 gold left. That's enough to bribe 3 branches. I'm gonna save my money and go to Pandemonium. So Pandemonium is a one-way ticket. You have to find a way out. It's a very dangerous place. It will give you this branch contains the demonic, glowing, magical fire, and dark runes of Zot. So this place is kind of dangerous in the sense that the average enemy here is like a demon or a demon spawn. And demon spawns can like put these negative stats effects on you that are really crippling. Some of them are. Ooh, I should get some throwing up too. Oh, I did get that manual of throwing. Okay, as soon as I leave it, because like there's that manual of throwing I never bought. Yeah, I should do that. Because I'd like to be able to throw these silver javelins in a pinch. And one of the weird things about Pandemonium is like enemies infinitely spawn, so you can't just like hang out forever. It's like you've seen like I just walk to a safe place and go heal, but like if you just sit around and do nothing in Pandemonium, they'll spawn some more guys to fight you. So it makes region a lot more valuable, though my region sucks. It's for mana. Hopefully by this point I have like incidental region on a ring or something, but nope. Or an amulet. I love the Vitality ring, or the Vitality amulet. That'd be the best in slot here. I'm already getting hurt a lot. Is Gale's Gavote available? Nope. Let's push petition. Heal. Okay, I can't cast anymore. I gotta blink away. Yeah, maybe I wasn't prepared for Pandemonium like I thought I was. Like, I'm tough, but I'm getting owned by not being able to cast. So while I'm sapped, every time I cast, I can't cast it right afterwards. So, like, I choose that moment to heal a little bit. Let's try to heal, but some guys will eventually spawn. I'm only hit points now, so not that big a deal. I have the mana to just kill things. I thought. Damn. Stop stabbing me. I hate already using a blink scroll. Did I get mutated and lose my... I'm miscasting Hellfire Mortar a lot. Damn. Can I equip this now? 2%'s probably fine. I'm trading alchemy. Oops. I forget which point Gravitambrine gains an extra square. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. I don't know. I'll get it back eventually, but not good to waste tambourine charges. This is why training unarmed combat was kind of relevant, because like I might get caught not being able to cast in Pandemonium with sap. So be able to lay down some tentacle slaps on people, not the worst idea. They also put the Rune condition on me, so anytime I take damage, other bad effects follow. A shield of corrosion resistance. That's not super relevant because I have pretty good incidental corrosion resistance on like multiple rings. Multiple of my resist rings just have corrosion resistance on it, but hey. So this guy's the guy who summons a bunch of dudes. Really annoying, so you gotta kill him fast. Alright, we're... yeah. I haven't found the Pandemonium Lord here yet. Nice thing about Pandemonium is it is technically infinite XP. You kind of just keep going forever. So if you need to get a certain spell up, you can just kind of scum Pand. You do risk getting mutations from like cacodemons or stuff, but ooh, that guy is kicking my ass. Let's blink. Alright, well there's the Pandemonium Lord, and I'm kind of half health right now. He can cast Bombard, which is not that bad. Summon Demon, which is annoying, and Abjuration, which gets rid of my summons. Alrighty, let's drop a Potion Petition here. Hasty Brilliance sounds good to me. We're gonna shoot Bombards at each other, but my Bombards are better, so I win. So Pandemonium Lords are like randomly generated guys who have like, they kind of hit a range of stats, both like hit points and melee damage and stuff, but they also generate with random spells and abilities. So you kind of always have to right click them, make sure you're not getting into... Some of them can generate really nasty sets. Those little pink guys I just killed are tormentors. They basically just spam torment at you. Like, yeah, this guy, a little purple pink guy. They just spam Torment, cutting their health in half. I do have resist negative and Torment resistance, so it's not that bad, but like, if they just use it like 3 times, it sucks. Okay, so at this point, Ice Magic back online. I'm gonna get unarmed combat. So I'm punching a lot here, because I keep getting sapped. No mutation shit? Okay, cool. It's always good to check your mutation list once you find a guy who can mutate you, just so you don't get caught with a bad mutation that's going to ruin your gay. Like Teleportitis or Berserkitis. Do I have Leodid Crystal Spear in my inventory? I do, right? Or I could have learned it. I need to get Firestorm online, so I'd like just something that's at range, not Polar Vortex. I never did find Leodid's Crystal Spear, huh? I've got Ignition. I got Gale's Gavote and Dispersal. These are all spells I kind of need to learn. Just like for safety reasons. I really don't need LRD or Stone Arrow anymore. So let's image roll those. I could get some translocation up and get these online. I probably don't need Dispersal. Gale's Gavote's great though, but Dispersal's like, I could just cast Polar Vortex and that's kind of like its own Dispersal. But Gale's Gavote is very good at getting you out of bad situations. Which means I do need to train translocations. There actually isn't a whole lot of reason to keep fighting in here, because like I've already killed the Panlord. I should just go to the next level, honestly. I'm trying to pick up all my gold. As I do, more guys show up and I pick up that gold. Alright. Hey, Wellspring Talisman. That was another talisman that I could have used earlier if it had shown up. It's just evasion, doesn't give you AC, so it's not quite as good as the other ones, but it gives you +2 reach, which is really fun on like a melee Octopode. Make sure I'm not missing anything, because you can't come back to these levels, so... Oh, a regular Kite Shield of Protection. That's just better. 18%, but I'll get that eventually. That's not an exit, right? That's just another deeper layer. Got 66 Doom, which is annoying. And when you enter a new level of Pandemonium, it'll tell you if like there's a rune there, typically. So we can go straight to the next level. Does not tell me there's one there, so I'm just trying to get to the next level really until I can find the freaking runes. The XP is nice, but I don't like... My character's basically done. I can win the game like this. God, these Kakademons keep freaking hitting me with Doom Blasts. I wish I had Firestorm instead. I'm probably going to get doomed here. I hope it's not a really bad one. Hey, Ignacio. This is a unique enemy that only shows up in Pandemonium. Kind of fun to see him. You guys, he's always got executioner. He's like he can hit you like a billion times for a billion damage. This guy's got blink close, which is dangerous. Did a lot of damage, but I survived it. Hey, way out. Okay, I need to do that now. I didn't get any runes, but there was some stuff I wanted to buy, so let's get that manual of throwing. I actually really want that online in case I find some... That's going to be relevant when I get to Hell. Parchment. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything really important here. Silence could actually be funny against Lam Laban, the spellcasting Pandemonium Lord. But no, not relevant. Don't need this orb anymore. I'm equipping shields. Oops. Might say kind of mediocre for what I'm doing, but I don't need more shapeshifting. I need to get this magic more castable. So I want to get these javelins at a lower base delay so I can throw them at... Because the silver javelins are super effective against demons and such, and we're fighting nothing but demons for the rest of the game, so... Alright. I believe we're going back to Pandemonium now. Here we go, we're in the fire zone. This branch contains blah blah blah. A powerful Pandemonium resides here. It guards the demonic... Oh, this is just the demonic Rune, not the... Despite the fire thieving. Let's get out of those Hellions' range so I don't get blasted to death by... Oh, here's Bandlord. Okay, well. And he can... just do really... He just hits really hard from a distance? Okay, but he's also weak to fire, so he's just gonna get annihilated by Hellfire Mortar. That's very funny. Try to heal up a little bit. Let my Hellfire Mortar do the heavy lifting here. Alright, so Hellions are giant jerks who blast you with, like, the spell Call Down Damnation. It does 3d15, but, like, you can't resist it. There's no AC, doesn't do anything, it's just raw damage. They're a really nasty combo with Torment, because Torment, like, naturally... Yeah, see, like, I just get annihilated by that. But so the rune's in this little island, by the way. I know it's in that island. I've seen this in before. It's just really hard to get to without, like, Firestorm specifically. And like a ranged damage spell that hits all these guys at a super long distance, which would be Firestorm, but I can't cast Firestorm, so we're trying to make do here. Alright, I got one of them. Good job, Hellfire Mortar. Back up, heal. And, like, they're not dangerous on their own, really, because you can kill them fast enough, because they're relatively frail, 38 hit points, minor threat. But when there's 10 of them on an island, they can all blast you for 3d15. You know, 30d15 will just kill you. That's 300 potential damage. That's over 300 potential damage, you know? See what I mean? Can these guys get emoed? Yes, okay, cool. So emo them, back up, back up. Blow myself up real quick. Let the fires fade. Alright, blew him up. Cool. Another MO scroll. There we go, got him. Whew. Alright. Like one left? Two left, okay. Still dangerous. Especially when I move so slow, because the stone form slowness does affect me here, because like I can't close distance on them very easily. I think that's all of them. Ooh, thank you. Alright, there it is. The demonic ring slot. Hey, and 2 artifact rings. Bad ring and a... That's not a bad ring. That's a good luck ring, actually. Gives me intelligence. I could get my dex back. It's basically the same ring, right? Yeah, elect cold, and well, I already have elect, so I don't actually need this elect ring anymore. I forgot I was a granite form, which gives me my elect, so I didn't change out that ring. Foreign's good though. Makes my polar vortex easier to cast. Pick up all this money. Alright, I've been going for 3 hours, which is usually my streaming time. I started a little early. Should get one more rune before I leave. We'll see how long it takes. Sometimes Pandemonium could just go forever because you don't find the places. My melee is still, yeah, I need to get my melee up to the point where my constriction because I'm attacking slow as a granite form guy, I need to get this up to 0.9. That's kind of my goal now. Got the manual for it, so it shouldn't be too hard, but we'll see. I'm clearing this level just because like I've mostly cleared it out already, and I need to get some XP to get my doom lowered. Alright, let's just go ahead and leave. This is a waste of time. Alright, nothing in here. 2 guys who can doom me, which is really annoying. Oh hey, there's the Pan Lord immediately surrounded by Kikodemons. This guy can OOD me, blink allies around me, so I need to just get Polar Vortex up, regardless of my guy. He just did it. But I killed all of them, thanks. This guy's super dangerous, Hellvault Sentinel, or Hell Sentinel. Just blast you with damnation. It's even doing stronger damnation than those Hellions were shooting. He's really tough, immune to basically all damage, but physical and holy. I'd rather be in melee with him, because he might punch me instead of shoot me with damnation. Irradiate's good against him, still works. Special Petition gets a mana back. Pick all this money and then go ahead and leave, because there's nothing I need here. Heal up before I go, because you never know what's on the other side. Alright, nothing here. Bright side, I do hit very hard. 38 damage for an unarmed tech's pretty good. Not sure if I'm even counting my slaying, if I have any. Oop, I've got bad teleport. Oh, I've got teleportitis. I didn't even notice. Okay, well, need a Prophet Mutation Potion then. I've got clarity. Cool. And negative resist fire, but that doesn't affect me while I'm in stone form, so it's never going to affect me. Cool. Alright, this guy, he has Plasma Beam, which does a lot of damage, Firestorm, which does a shit ton of damage, and Invisibility, which actually works on me, funnily enough. Let's kill this guy as fast as possible. Before he Firestorms me like that. What a jerk. I got enough throwing, I could throw a javelin at this guy. Oh, yeah. And he dies, okay. Despite the annoying firestorms. I do like a cancellation potion. That's awesome. Oh, manual of throwing. Hey, cool. I get up to 27 throwing at some point in this game. We'll see. Another manual. Holy crap. This is the manual level. Long blades. My second manual long blades. Never using that. Yeah, so despite the fact that it says I'm doing like 38 or 40 damage with my melee, it's going 8 plus 16 from unarmed combat. That's just a skill. Plus strength, plus fighting, plus slay. It's not adding the plus 50% damage you get from Granite Talisman. So it's actually way higher than that, because I basically have the heavy brand on my punch with this form. Something about a door. There we go. There's a door. So the Panlord was in here. So like, is this his loot? Yeah, there it is. There's a loot. There's always like an item that the Panlord's guarding, even if it's like crappy. Nothing in here either. Wow. I think like as you do it, there's like a percentage chance of getting a new Panlord who's guarding an actual rune. And you kind of roll that dice every time you get through a door. Nothing in here. Let Servitor kill that guy. There we go. That's a lot of jerks. Alright, there's a Panlord. Always right-click these guys. Bolt of Fire, which is some damage, but not a ton. March of Sorrows. Conjures a stream of stolen suffering, leaving clouds of excruciating... Okay, Misery Clouds. Got it. And I believe I killed him, right? Oh no, he goes invisible. Didn't notice he could do that. There he is right there. One more Vortex, that'll kill him probably. Yep, alright. What was the garden? Fucking nothing? The garden jack shit? Alright, well, away we go. Sticky Flame, don't care. Again, nothing in this level, so trying to find the exit to another one. If I wanted to leave, I could go through Abyss. Wouldn't be the craziest thing. This is a much more enclosed area. Don't like that for my polar vortex shenanigans. Ooh, Minas, what are you doing in Pandemonium? You're really usually in Vault or whatever. And this guy can silence, which is really, really annoying. I'm not stronger than him at this point, though, so I'm not that worried about it. Hellfire Mortar just kind of owns his ass. I think he dropped his gear in lava. He usually carry like a holy weapon and a large shield, but I don't need it. I punch harder than a holy weapon. Still at 1.0 on my unarmed combat, so we should probably get this up just a little bit more. Like 19. My Gale's Vote is online. It's currently... Hold on. 1, 2, 3... It's 4 spaces. Pretty good. Alright, that's the Pan Lord, so let's leave. Nope, nothing in here either. Wow, normally it doesn't take this long to find another rune, but it happens sometimes. It's kind of like the nature of Pandemonium. It's always a roll. That looks like the Pan Lord's spot. I'd like to coax him out of there. There he is. Okay, well, I guess that was something else. He's got Plasma Invisibility, March Stars. Okay, these are all pretty reasonable. Killed him. Stop shooting me with Doom! Oh, what a jerk. Let's pick up this giant pile of gold left, and then check out that little room. Oh, this guy's got Artifact Shadow Dragon Scales. What the hell? I can't whip them, but pretty cool. You rarely see Artifact Scales. Literally nothing. Man. Another no rune. I guess I can basically stop translocations now because it's at 11%. Get it up to an even 11. I've got another exit at least. What if the attunement's interesting? I do have ice. Well, I do have an ice staff I could equip, which would make my polar vortex do way more damage. I can actually max out the damage. Kind of an interesting idea. Yeah, hit that guy, get his gold. Next level. Ooh, I found the holy level of Pandemonium. Cool. So this normally normally has the demonic runes up. It also has like a bunch of like loot. It's also very dangerous. Oh, I've been marked. Okay, cancel. Can I cancel again? Hmm. Something's keeping me perma-marked. Okay, it was something I was fighting. Okay, that's annoying. Let's push petition to heal then. Because more guys are coming. Okay, this thing marks me as long as it can see me, right? Creature of heavenly realms, it consists of wheel within a wheel, and to be seen by its countless eyes, to be highlighted and branded as both the distant and core. Okay, so this thing always always marks me. I'm also like right next to their main fucking base. No wonder I spawned in a pretty bad location. I'm gonna blink away. I'm gonna heal up. Alright, this is a much more defendable position. That pearl dragon came from behind me. This little pearl dragon money cove. Actually, I've cleared this level multiple times before in my crawl career. It shows up once every run if you go through Pandemonium enough times. It's like the holy bastion within Pandemonium. So there's little areas dedicated to each of the good gods. So it's like this is the Shining One's altar right here, I believe. Then there's like a Zen altar down here, which got like a bunch of cool flowers around it. And then there's an Alvillian one over here. It's got a bunch of seraphs or something guarding it. Could be lots of cool gear here. It could be like a bunch of holy-based items, which is good for clearing Pandemonium. Like, look, freaking Holy Whip, bam! Go start hitting things with the Holy Whip. Holy, you Demon Blade, which is a holy longsword. Why are you? You got a? Oh, he's got a wand of light. Cool. About to drop in the lava though. How did you come from behind me? This place just like Pandemonium things infinitely spawn? I guess so, right? Oh, just one of those guys isn't so bad. I have Firestorm. At this point, it's kind of late for a Firestorm to be relevant. So basically, I'm just like hoping I would like a spell that would let me kill things at a distance much more effectively, but I don't think I just don't think I have that option. So back up here. Hey, look, the way's out. I'm gonna clear this level though because I really like this level. I'll probably stop after this level. Been going a long time. There's normally actually also the demonic rune of Zot here, but I already found the demonic rune, which can spawn on. There's 4 runes that are associated with a particular Pandemonium Lord, and there's one that can kind of show up anywhere, and the one that can kind of show up anywhere often shows up here. Here's the yeah, this is the Avilion altar. The Zin's one's at the top right. I believe there's also another Pearl Dragon in here, which is a good way to get Pearl Dragon armor. Though if you're at this point in the game, your armor situation is probably already solved. Yep, there's that Pearl Dragon I was talking about. Shoots you with Blessed Fire, just holy damage, fire. It's kind of unresistible damage. Yeah, here's the Elvillian loot hall, which is a bunch of potions because Elvillian loves curing people. You know, this is kind of always here. There's always like gold and potions. Zen's more about like anti-mutation and. Well, no, Zen's the healing god, right? Elvillian's like the anti-mutation one. Ooh, 1 enchant weapon scroll. Cool. Yeah, there's way out. Cool. I'll probably go out that as we finish up this level. Yeah, so despite the game being like procedure generated, there are things like there's items that like always appear, like the runes always appear, the Orb of Zod always appears. That's like scriptive, but like this is like a pre-made level that shows up sometimes. That's the same for all the Pandemonium Lords. They have like the main Pandemonium Lords. Back it up a little bit here because I got marked, so a lot of enemies are coming. Alright, I'm out of juice. Time for a potion petition. Haste and heal wounds. Sure. How many magic potions I got? Just 1 or something? 3. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go vote here. This guy can't shoot me if I do this. Oop. Can I heal? Thank you. This also all have like smiting or whatever. They can just do free damage to you, which is annoying. Kind of like the damnation, but not quite as bad. Here's the Zen Altar with cancellation potions and a blinking scroll. Cool. I replaced the blinking scroll I used at the very beginning, which I had to use anyhow because I hadn't found the exit yet. So, pretty good that we cleared this. Justifying it to myself. I just like because like you so rarely get to see this level. I feel like sometimes the angels are carrying moonshine because, like, you know, vague Christian monks love beer kind of thing. All right, now just the fortress of the Shining One, the last god here. I almost maxed out my ice magic, which is good. Makes my polar vortex stronger, easier to cast. Maybe can take off this wizardry ring, maybe. Who knows? Also, a lot of XP on this level. Not gonna lie. A lot of high HD enemies. I mean, longbows are hanging out. Yeah, a lot of cool longbows hanging out here. Alright, now we can get all the Shining One loot. Nothing for me there. Lego protection, sure. Oh. I've been marked. They're coming for me. They know I'm here. Hey, amnesia scroll, I like that. Let's close this door and heal up. There we go. Triple Sword of Valor. Wow, they must have picked that up because I believe they can spawn with that. Hey, look, a Serpent Talisman is worse than the one I had earlier. Not particularly relevant, but hey. Ace Potion, awesome, love that. Alright, here's the ultimate boss. It's not really a Pandemonium lore, but kind of like it. But they're not randomly procedurally generated like a Pandemonium lore, but like they're the big tough boss of the entire area. So Warning Cry, journeys clouds away, lording by enemies. So like, brings enemies with them. Summons holy enemies. Cleansing flames you. Binds casters to nearby allies, reducing all damage they take by half in exchange for suffering half the prevented damage themselves. Just a real pain in the butt, honestly. I'm gonna bring it closer to me so I can vortex it. I can probably ammo everything here. Yeah. I'm gonna put my one torment scroll here. We're gonna go vote. So I can get to a more open area. Then we're gonna vortex again. Alright, go in here, close the door, heal up, and start looting. That was the final boss, so like they brought most of the enemies with them. There's gonna be some hanging around, but you can pretty much just loot now. Grip the lollygaggers the way we normally would. Oh hey, another Ophon. Angels can heal each other and themselves too, which is really annoying, but pretty easy to out-damage it. So if they're wasting their turn healing, it's not really that big a deal. Here we go, the final vault. Wow, some artifacts I can't equip, like these artifact boots of... Wow, these are some sick boots. Electricity resistance, poison resistance, slaying, and sea invisibility. Woo, I'd love to equip those if I had feet. A robe of double resist I can't equip. Helmet I can't equip. Look at all this sweet loot. This staff is actually pretty cool, though. Carry that around with me. I'm probably not going to use it, but it's pretty cool. Alright, we have cleared out the fortress of the Holy Trinity. And now we're going to leave. Alright, so, go ahead and drop the stuff I don't actually need. It's just cool to have around. My hat's better than, this hat's better than that hat, right? Yeah, go ahead, get rid of that. Pick up any cool rings while I was in there that I like glossed over because I auto-picked it up. Ooh, double resist negative evasion and intelligence? That's way better than the evasion ring I'm equipping, right? Yeah. Plus 6 int, give it to me. Awesome, next spell's way better. Actually increased my damage on my polar vortex, let's go. Definitely never need this again. Go ahead and drop this, it's actually actively bad. Triple resist cold, but minus int. I have my resist cold settled, right? Yeah, I don't need more resist cold, but that's kind of interesting to keep around, is like, if I do something else with my other rings. I don't need 2 AC rings anymore. Mice Magic's good. Translocation up to 12. Is Gavote at 5 yet? I'd like to get my Gavote up to 5 tiles. Alright. That's a good stopping point, I think. If I take off my Wizard Ring... it is funny that I take off my Wiz Ring and I still don't have Ice Magic mastered because my spellcasting is so low. Don't need a regular Evasion Ring. I have this one hanging out. I'll just hold on to the rest of that. Alright, yeah, this is a good place to stop. Gonna sort it out in my inventory. 1% of my best spell. That's probably worth it. Yeah. So all my spells are castable here. Yep, we're good. My power's up on my Polar Vortex. There we go. So that was the first foray into Extended. When we come back next time, we'll have to actually complete Pandemonium. I was hoping to get at least 2 runes done before I had to go, but I got to leave in 10 minutes, give or take. So you got to stop now. But it was fun, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that, whoever was here. Dark Derek, I'm sure, watching me in the background, whatever else he was doing. And for anyone watching on the VODs, well, here's the part of the 15-rune run. Sometimes it takes a while to get through the Pandemonium stuff. I believe we're at 6 runes currently. Yep, And we'll get the other 4 when I come back next time. But I'll be back tomorrow for like regular Yu-Gi-Oh streaming. See you then. Have a good